Starting this month, the Bangor area is welcoming 150 refugees over a year-long period. As members of the group begin to arrive, a local organization is stepping up to help. I spoke with the executive director of the Maine MultiCultural Center to learn more about the work they do.
Not only are they good for the economy, but the diversity that they bring to the area makes it just a much more interesting place to live in.
The Maine MultiCultural Center came about after community leaders realized there was a worker shortage looming. It opened in 2016 with the mission of helping new Mainers integrate into the state.
It seemed that refugees would be a good place to start. The people that are needing to relocate and looking for work and coming with a variety of skills.
MMCC partners with Catholic Charities, the group that coordinates with federal partners to place refugees in the region.
Maine MultiCultural Center collects donations of furniture and housewares. We go to the home that Catholic Charities has arranged for the family, and we just set up the house.
Volunteers can also tag along to various appointments and serve as a sort of cultural and social ambassador.
If they get a little bit of help when they first get here, the return on investment is huge. Ultimately, what they end up bringing into the economy is way more than anything that we ever give for them.
Over the next year, 150 refugees are expected to resettle within 100 miles of Bangor. That's up from 100 last year and 50 2 years ago.
They're just wonderful, warm people who are so grateful for the chance to start over, and so happy for the opportunity, and so grateful for, the work that we do with them. It's just incredibly heartwarming.
To keep up with the need for services, MMCC is hoping to double its 45-person volunteer base. Pamela Prue-Curry says as much as volunteers give, they get in return.
We see them being very successful, and to feel like you have a part in that, and that you're helping to make that happen, and that you're serving your community and helping to strengthen your community too, is just a really, really good feeling.
There are a few different ways to help, and volunteers can make whatever time commitment works for them. To learn more about the options available, visit MaineMultiCulturalCenter.org.